Roofman tells the true story of a man, Jeffrey Manchester, who did a few things such as rob 45 McDonald's, escape prison, and lived in a Toys R Us. Oh man. Y'all remember Toys R Us? Those were the days. Anyways, this was a pretty great movie. This concept alone piqued my interest, and I'm a big fan of one of this director's other movies, The Place Beyond the Pines. This movie looked very different from that one. That movie is pretty sad and dramatic, but this one looked more like a fun crime caper. But after watching it, I can say it is a fun movie, but also not afraid to get serious. The directing is amazing. There are a few one-takes in this that really impressed me. They are relatively simple, but just awesome to watch play out. The one I really liked, without spoiling anything, is Channing Tatum walking all the way from the parking lot into the Toys R Us, through the store, looking for a hiding spot, and after I didn't even notice it was a one take for like a moment, and then I was like, oh wow, this is very creative, just a way to feel like you're in his shoes looking for a place to hide. It's very, very fun stuff. There's also a lot of fantastic scenes where it's just a static shot and you're not quite sure where you should be looking. Then the camera will slowly push in on a character who's trying to hide some deep emotions in a chaotic setting. So much of the directing, once again, is fantastic. It doesn't feel flashy, but it's very efficient. Besides G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra, this is easily Channing Tatum's best performance. Channing Tatum has always been an easy-to-like guy, in my opinion, and I love when a director can hone in on that likability. He's a perfect fit for this character, who's a bumbling, well-meaning guy, smart when the situation calls for it, but also does not think a lot of things through. He's a character with a lot going on, and I think Channing Tatum adapts to every emotion he needs to convey for this character perfectly. We're following him solely for pretty much the entire runtime, so if his performance doesn't work, the whole movie kind of doesn't work. But thankfully, it does, and I hope to see him in more roles like this because he's much more than a pretty face and a six-pack. The supporting cast is also fantastic. They all fill their roles perfectly well. No one felt out of place, in my opinion. And it was just a very entertaining story overall. I don't think it's exactly the movie the trailers are selling, but I like the story we got in the end. Even though it wasn't quite airtight, most of my criticisms encroach on spoilers, and for anyone who has seen the movie or doesn't care about spoilers, we're just going to get into the spoiler section. They gave this dude 45 years for robbing that McDonald's. 45 years? Diddy got 4! Alrighty, like I said, from the trailer, synopsis, and even the poster, it kind of seemed like this was going to be a thrill-a-minute crime caper with one crazy scene after another, but it's kind of not. Most of the movie is basically about Channing Tatum falling in love with Kirsten Dunst's character, so I could totally see people walking out of this feeling a little mismarketed, since most of the crazy crime shit is like in the first 20 minutes and the last 20 minutes. I was a little skeptical at first watching because by the 20-minute mark, he had robbed all the McDonald's, been sent to prison, escaped prison, and is then living in the Toys R Us. It just felt super duper fast, and obviously the movie is about him living in the Toys R Us. I just thought we were going to see more of what he did leading up to it, but once he's in the Toys R Us, it is still very fun. That's really my only minor criticism, is that the first 20 minutes felt super fast, but that might have been the point. This Jeffrey Manchester guy lived a life and did a whole lot of stuff, so I could understand the brisk pacing. The pacing overall I thought was good, but sometimes the editing made me a little lost on how long it's been, but overall it's not as much of a problem as it could be trying to adapt a story this all over the place. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you did, and let me know your thoughts on the Roofman down below. Did you like it, hate it? And as always, I will see you on the next one.